step off there. You can take a look at your own scan. Why this is important is we can help choose the right shoe for you. Once we try on a few shoes, you're going to run on the treadmill, and we can see what your feet look like in motion. So this just shows the width of the feet, your arch height. You do have a moderate-sized arch and instep, but like you said, you wear an insert in your shoes, correct?
Yep.
All right, so all of our shoes have removable liners, so we can go ahead and put your custom insert in there, or if you don't currently wear an insert, we can fit you for one of those as well.
And why are some of these important, like the instep height, and what does that mean to a runner?
Absolutely. So width is a big deal. We see a lot of narrow and wider feet in our store, so we'll make sure we get you in the right width. Instep is how much volume there is in the shoe. So if you have a higher instep or a moderate instep, you might take up more volume in that shoe, and some shoes might just be too tight. Arch length helps us determine when we pick an insert for you. In your case, since you have a custom one, your podiatrist or sports med probably helped you determine that. And even the girth, like how is that foot going to fit in the front of the shoe? Some shoes are going to be more tapered at the toes, and some are going to be rounder. Very good question.
Cool.
So next thing I'm going to have you do is take a seat. We're going to slip on a few shoes
Okay.
that I think will work well for you. It does happen sometimes that someone will forget their insert. Ryan's dressed to go to work after this, so he does not have running clothes on, which is fine. So we're just going to slip in an over-the-counter insert in the shoe. So I'm going to slip these on for you.
And do most people get inserts with their running shoes, or is that?
It's a pretty high percentage. I would guess 60 to 70% of people either wear an insert that they had custom made, or we will fit you for one. As you saw in the scan, no 2 feet are the same, so you'll usually have one foot a little bit longer than the other, and that insert can really help guide, that one foot that's maybe a little more flexible.
When you guys, in addition to running shoes here, you guys also have all the inserts, and you can do that as part of the outfit.
Yep, we do cross trainers, we do a few walking shoes, but for the most part, we see a lot of people are doing a running shoe for most of their activity. I'm gonna have you stand up for me. We wanna make sure we have a little space at the end of the shoe for you to move your toes. Our feet do swell when we work out. We also put him in a little bit thinner sock for the scan, and in a white color so we can get that 3D scan. Sometimes we do look at the feet barefoot as well to see if there's any blistering, red spots, anything that would lead us in direction of a shoe that would fit better. So next, want to try him on the treadmill?
Sure.
All right. Let Ryan fire that up. Do you spend most of your time, Ryan, on a treadmill, or are you outside?
No, it's mostly on the treadmill. Yep, I have one at home and plenty at work.
We hear that a lot in Wisconsin. It's either too hot, or it's raining, or it's snowing, so a lot of people are on the treadmill.
Oh, look at all of these options.
We could just watch Netflix for a little while I jog in my work clothes.
How does that feel?
What do you think, Ryan? How does that shoe fit?
It's nice. I like it a lot.
So I'm going to hit stop. You can see it just slows down, doesn't throw you off.
It feels wide in my toes.
All right, so we're going to try on a Nike shoe next. He's worn Nike before, so we know that that's going to be a little bit more tapered in the toes and a little bit snugger fit. When you were asking questions before about, the arch height and the instep, some shoes will have a connected tongue sewn all the way up, so it just feels more secure. We also find that not everyone was a runner their entire life, and they played another sport where they wore a tight shoe. So whether they skate or played soccer, they like that really snug fit. We still want that room in the toes, but maybe they want something that just feels like just a part of what they're used to. More familiar?
Yep. Yeah. It's definitely anywhere.
Yep.
For whatever reason.
Typically we'll try on anywhere from 2 to 4 pair of shoes, slipping that insert in and out. And if we get to the end and there are 2 that you like, we'll put them on side by side, and you can take a spin on the treadmill that way and just see what feels more natural.
So, obviously there's lots of places to buy running shoes. Why is it important that you get fitted and get the proper running shoes?
It's a really good question. First of all, feet are shaped differently. So you may run with a friend who has totally different feet than you. The mileage people are doing, but also just making sure you're in the right size. Most people will bump up a half to a full size from what they'd wear in like a dress shoe. So a lot of people will put on the shoe and be like, oh, I can finally move my toes. So it's super important to go somewhere that they're actually gonna fit you, make sure you're in the right size. Our staff go through a lot of training as well. We have staff that have been here, 2 to 8 years, and they're just, have seen all foot shapes. They run themselves, and they can just give really good feedback. Also, I think it's good to know we have a fit guarantee. So if for some reason that shoe doesn't work out for you, we welcome you to come back in. We want to make sure you're in the right fit and that run is enjoyable to you. All right, let's test these out.
Oh, I feel faster.
Oh, see? That's what we want. I'm actually glad Ryan said that. Everyone's comfort level is very different. Some people want to feel like they have a shoe on and they want to feel that insert. Other people want it to feel like a slipper. So we're going to, like I said, we would try on a few different options.
I drag my heel on these for some reason.
That brings up something. I can actually grab one more shoe. There's been a lot of talk lately about going with a more minimal shoe. So the heel to toe height, some shoes are going to be what we like a 10 to 12 millimeter drop, but we do carry shoes that either have no ramp at all or be in that more 4 to 6 millimeter drop. So we can try in one more that would maybe be a little bit more natural to you. Okay. So if you don't mind, I'm going to have you this time slip those off and I'll grab one more.
Thanks.
One step closer to finding your perfect shoe.
The perfect shoe is right around the corner.
Cinderella over here. If you're interested in looking at that treadmill a little bit closer, we do carry those treadmills. It's a Matrix treadmill at Johnson Fitness and Wellness stores. And that cool console will help you Netflix and treadmill.
Not gonna lie, I'm one of the messiest fitters because I'm always like, okay, what insert do we need to slip in there? So this is one of the fun things about my job and having such an awesome staff. While I was gone, this shoe came in, so I haven't even tried it on.
Oh, nice.
So we'll see what we think. So this would have, like I said, a lower heel drop. It's gonna be a little more flexible. Probably feel like a sock on the upper. And with your feedback, this happens where, you're not going out to run the marathon tomorrow, so maybe having that extra toe space isn't for you. So let's just try something without his insert in there, something lighter, and I went down a half size because it just might be more familiar, and that's okay. Not everyone needs to have a whole thumbnail toe room, okay? So maybe stand up on that one. And we'll do one more run. More natural.
Good
More of what
form.
he's used to. We do have some lower profile Nikes as well. Like I said, if he had his custom insert, he may prefer to come back in, so we can actually put his insert in there. And since we are in 2018, I completely understand color. We don't always have every color in our store, but we do have a fleetfeetsports.com. So if we get to this point, we know he's a 9.5 and he wants a different color, we can show you color options and ship him direct to home.
How do those feel?
What are some of the newest trends for 2018? What are the popular shoes right now?
This, like I said, just came out, the Pure Flow. This is Pure Flow 7. does really well, especially for people who want to wear a couple different shoes. Maybe when they're doing distance training, they wear something with a little more cushion, and this is plenty cushion, but maybe they're also training for a 5K and they want something a little bit more light and flexible. Definitely one of our largest trends in the last year going into the next year are these uppers that have no seams. So we're not going to see all those overlays and stitchings anymore. We see just one piece on the top, and it's just more comfortable and moves with the foot. So we are seeing a little bit more of that upper, and then people just bring in their custom insert. Colors, like I said, more and more people are asking for more color to often match like what they wear. So we completely understand that. We want to fit and function, but fashion is a big deal.
All right, how do those feel, Ryan?
Yeah, these feel great. These are.
Third time's the charm.
Yep.
All right, well, thank you everyone for joining us on this Facebook Live. It was so fun trying to find Ryan's perfect shoe. And remember, not everyone's shoe is the same. So come in to your Fleet Feet and get fitted. And then if you're interested in this Matrix treadmill or any other treadmill in this, right now, really snowy season, at least here in the Midwest, go into your local Johnson Fitness and Wellness store. We have 36-month financing. And yeah, thank you for joining us. See you next time. Say bye.
Bye. Thanks for having us.